1, 52, and 42. Resistance on the upside at 95, 40.04, 14, 23, and 33. Pivot 87, support 77, 70, 61, 52, and 42. Resistance on the upside at 95, 40.04, 14, 23, and 33. All right, welcome to some new folks that are here. We're trading mini S&Ps, looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on the levels we just gave out, in addition to any price action opportunities that might occur. We're scalping the market. We're looking for about 2 or 3 point rotations on our opportunities, and we're looking for about 4 to 5 trades a day, and we're also focused more on the morning hours to give us those opportunities. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. And we have to be patient and wait for opportunities. We talked about that. We talk about that all the time. And we, like I said, we don't create volatility. We only trade it. So sometimes it's very busy, and sometimes we're not. But we focus. We are trying to get about 4 to 5 trades a day on our opportunities. Don, if you can hear me, I need to know how to switch months on the chart here. We can see the bond market rolled over. So we got to switch to the where we had the June contract. And unfortunately, I messed. I was messing around with it. I just couldn't figure out how to do it. So kind of maybe if you have a moment, or if you know how, let me know. Take your time. No rush now. It's a bond market, so we'll be able to get ready for it when we switch over to the equities. All right, we are quickly coming down here. We got a little support here at the 77 area. It's the first level of support that we're looking at. And we're trying to scalp again. We're trying to look for areas of inflection that will create opportunity for us. And we're looking for those areas to give us 2 to 3 points, like I said. Sometimes, obviously, if you're trading multiple contracts, you can squeeze a little bit more than 2 or 3 points out of these trades. We're also trying to scale into these opportunities. You know, we're not going to be perfect, obviously, as we quickly come down here to the 77 area. So we're scaling in around the 77. So depending on your risk tolerance, how you scale around is totally up to you, and how much risk you are willing to take as we are coming down here and testing this 77 area a little bit. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. And if you look at the chat, you'll see the levels that we just gave out. You see our first level support here is at 77. And kind of working this little area here a little bit. Again, just keep your stops in place no matter what, right? We're not going to love any trade we put on. And especially, we always talk about the volatility in the first couple bars in the morning. And again, if you're risk averse, you have to be a little bit careful. And make sure you keep your stops in place so that we don't get caught up on any of these rotations that don't go our way. And you're always looking for the next opportunity. As we come back up here to the 77 again, if you are given a chance here to scratch because you don't like the price action, you can do that depending on how you scale in, and you can lighten the load. You can manage your risk a little bit differently. You can take a little bit off. You know, so again, we're not always going to be right all the time, and how quick. So if you don't like the price action, give you a chance here to scratch a couple of contracts. If you're trading multiple contracts, or if you're trading one, then you have a choice here, and you can wait for the next opportunity. Either way, it's definitely up to you. We obviously, everybody here has different risk tolerances and how they manage a trade. And managing a trade is part of the concept here of trading. as we come up here to the 79, giving us a quick 2 points against the 77. All right, so we get our little quick 2 points here on the quick rotation. If you have any contracts left over, you're trying to maybe take a little bit more out of it if they do hold. If not, just keep your stop in place. Again, everybody manages their trade a little bit differently, so nobody here trades the same way. All right. So take a little bit of heat there. Again, obviously, you have to take that into consideration. The volatility at the beginning of the day is, even it talked about, when you start trading and when volume comes in. And we always talk about the volume that does start at 8:30, and it always seems to uh, you know, uh, does affect the market a little bit, at least initially. And you have to take that into consideration if you're trading. So it did get down to 75, but again, we said you have to be mindful of the volatility. So here we have a few numbers coming out. We had retail sales. Retail inventories come out already this morning with wholesale inventories. Now we've got Chicago PMI coming out here at 8:45. So Chicago PMI is coming out here next at 8:45 in about 9 minutes. If you are trading multiple contracts and you have the ability to hold on to a little bit here, you're getting a little bit more than 2 or 3 points on these trades. Then at 9 o'clock, we have got consumer confidence and Richmond Fed manufacturing index, and those are both coming out at the top of the hour. So at 8:45 in about 8 minutes, we've got Chicago PMI coming out here, which could affect the market. And we don't like to have any positions on when those numbers are released. So keep that in mind. Nice rotation here against the 77 area. And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We are scalping the market, looking for opportunities to scalp and take advantage of ebbs and flows. All right. At 8, we do have a number coming out. Chicago PMI could create some volatility. All right, again, upticking here just a little bit here. If you, like I said, if you happen to be a little bit long here against our 77, this is a good opportunity for you to take a little bit more than 2 or 3 points on these trades. If you're trading multiple contracts, all right, pushing up here a little bit. Again, as we were long down there against our 77, definitely weren't short down there against that. So if you're any type of position, you're a little bit long against that area, and a nice rotation up here. You can see we've been pretty much range bound here over the last 3 days, even though we're moving around a little bit, but we are kind of in the middle of that range towards the 4,000 level. And we started the month at 4,000. We traded around it, and just until the other day, we dipped down to that 39.50 area Friday. Came back yesterday, opened up higher, and then kind of slowly sold off. And now we're trying to inch back into that 4,000 area to uh, see the end of month. So it's a quick month, end of month in that same range that we've been stuck in most of the month. So we'll see what happens, if that happens or not. All right, nice rotation here against our first support level. We do have a number coming out here in about a minute or so. And the 88 is the settlement price. Our pivot there is 87. So nice rotation against our first level of resistance and support down there at 77. And again, this is a way to take a little bit more than 2 or 3 points on your trades. And 2 or 3 points is where we're at right now, but we could also always, that level of support and resistance could also always change based on volatility. And you could trade our pivot rotation, getting a nice little opportunity here. You do have a number coming out here momentarily. If you look at the ladder ticket there, it's kind of thinned out a little bit. There's no 100 lots up and down. The number is out. And we'll see if that does anything. So we are flat when these numbers are released. Nice little push up here. A little bit bullish, as you can see. A little bit more bullish now. But we are flat. We don't have anything on. Looking at the upside resistance, would be up at 95. Came right up to our green band there. If you are trading our little indicator that we have, don't have many. There's also our blue band as well. So a couple reasons maybe if you had an order in place, it's the only way you would have got that. Okay, now coming back down here to our pivot and kind of neutral. And we are, like I said, flat. If you did, the only way, again, if you had to have the orders in place there for you to take advantage of that rotation right up to our blue band, green band area. And now we're just kind of coming back up to it. Now, upside resistance is up at 95. All right, we are definitely bouncing off that green band area there. And looking on the upside, the next best resistance would be up at the 95 area. Those are the levels we gave out this morning. That's what we'd be looking at. Chicago PMI number came out at 43.6. They were expecting 45.5. So again, well, this is what's been happening lately. Bad numbers are good for the market. As goofy as that sounds, but that's what's been going on lately. So now we have a couple more numbers coming out this morning. We've got consumer confidence, again, could be a little bit of a market mover, and the Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index. Both of those are coming out here at the top of the hour. There are Fed speak at 1:30 later this afternoon. So we'll see what happens at that point. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We're hovering around our pivot here, so we are flat and have nothing on, just kind of just waiting for this choppiness to decide what it wants to do. We did go retest our first support level there at 77, so our next support level will be down at 70 if we rotate back down to the downside. All right, so we're just kind of hanging here in this little range it created. Let's see what it wants to do. Patience is important. All right, just kind of hanging here in this range. Patience is important.
Okay, you ready to change it?
Yeah, we can give it a shot here.
Okay. What you to do is go to the bond chart and
Yeah.
click on the white space in there.
Yeah.
No, not just left click on it.
Okay.
Okay, type the letter S,
Okay.
and it should bring up your symbols list there.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And pick and choose the one you're gonna want.
So, pick and choose the one I want.
Let's see. This is which one are we going to?
June. So
June.
the one underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
ZBO 086.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. Push
And
OK.
tell it okay.
There it is. Okay. Let me see
Does
if
that
it
look better?
matches. Yeah, let me see if it matches up. Yeah, it matches up perfectly. Okay, good. Thank you.
No
That was
problem.
easy. That was easy enough.
Yeah. All we had to do was find it.
Right. All right, good.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. All right. All right, again, we are range bound still. So that was our excitement for the day right there. I was working on it for like a half an hour trying to figure out how to do it. Couldn't figure it out. All right, so a couple numbers here in about 5 minutes. See if we can get some movement or not. Or just kind of hanging around our pivot. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions. All right. Again, just kind of hanging on these lows here. Just a little bit lower than unchanged, so not really too excited about the trade. It's just a very slow morning. I think at the end of the month, we got unemployment on Friday, so maybe the market's kind of biding its time. They did sell off again, like from the that 4,000 area they're trading here, but below that 4,000 area. So we'll see if that means anything. And again, all we need is some volatility, some opportunity to trade. We are looking for ebbs and flows of the market, take advantage of them. And sometimes we have plenty of opportunity, and sometimes we have not so many. But we average about 4 to 5 trades a day. So at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. The VIX is trading at a 20 handle. So you can see yesterday we were close to 22, and so that's the things have definitely tightened up here a little bit. All right, as you can see, we're jumping around there a little bit when this number came out, but it really didn't go anywhere fast. So again, we are kind of flat here. Really don't have anything until 95 on the upside. And downside supported, since we already got triggered on the 77, we're looking at 70. If we can repeat the levels in the chat one more time, you'll see the levels we gave out this morning in case you might have missed them. We're stuck in this little range here, having trouble getting out of it. Again, unemployment is on Friday, so maybe the market's gonna just kind of hang here a little bit until then. These couple numbers that came out this morning, we had just now consumer confidence and Richmond Fed, and obviously did not really move the market a little bit. Maybe tried to inch up a little. Upside resistance up here at the 95 area. All right, coming up here to the 95 area. Again, some of these numbers, they have to be bad to be good. Isn't it like a song? You gotta be bad to be good. Retail inventories this morning came out. They're expecting plus 0.1, a 0.1, came out at plus 0.3. So that was earlier this morning. And let's see if I can find what these consumer confidence numbers were. We had some resistance up here at the 95 area. Got up to 93 and a half and rotated off here a little bit. All right, so you got to be a little bit careful here around the 95 area since we got up here to 94, maybe take the upper end. All right, well, we got right up to 3.5 there, and we were looking at the 95 area, depending on how you scaled in. I scale in a point above and below. Some of you might have scaled in 2 points above and below, but I did not get the trade there. And coming off here a little bit, so coming back into this range, unfortunately. Yeah, they flushed it back down here a little bit. Unfortunately, I did not get filled. If some of you did, that's great. And you can see the levels there in the chat for those of you who might have missed them.